Hello again, everyone. Well, since apparently there's stuff going on right now with my connections, I might have to just bear with me given how it's gone. Let's just show that I'm working on my next XYZ review. Well, let's think about seeing some other movies soon. So I was working on other ones DVD as well. But I think I'll be addressing a couple things about the Dusk Lycanroc, going into further detail as well as giving a response to an associate of mine. Something that I was uncovered, heard about his thoughts on the matter. I would just have to comment on his video, but I think there's just too much to talk about that I would be able to address that way. First off, I'm definitely going to be doing the Dusk Lycanroc thing, and even though some people have mixed feelings about the design, I actually think it's really cool, and also the idea to go with the other forms. It might be another Dawn form, but I'm not sure. What I do know is that they did leak some design on the Korean website as well as in Korokoro. Going to be a special local event in Japan. Don't know about stateside just yet. And what do you know? It runs for 26th birthday there. It's able to evolve with this DLC, and it's capable of learning Accelerock, Counter, has ability Tough Claws, and overall, looking forward to using it in battle. And also is going to be introduced tomorrow's episode of Sun and Moon series, and I agree. However, he with KG Prestige, who I'm responding to in this video partially, that I like the design. However, I don't entirely agree with how he reacted to how it's being introduced, because overall it just feel that the way he responded to how they introduced him in the series is in the Pokenchi one I already addressed earlier this week, one of probably Monday's episodes. And also he claimed it's taking away some of the mystique of the series, as well as how it's been quiet given how information the games compared to the last couple ones. At this point, however, I'll take what I can get as information goes, and I feel I can understand why he's reacting this way. However, I disagree with the idea, since he does have some approximation of how the events might play out, but there's no guarantee how they actually will. I mean, since even though we know that Dusk Lycanroc and the other forms, as well as Type Lele, Type Null, and Claydon are going to be involved, there's no guarantee that's actually how they're going to proceed, since it's simple. Even though there's no idea of what's going to happen, the idea of how is basically why I keep watching that same sense. It's more or less on the same level as, say, like one of the crooks in Scooby-Doo, who, I mean, since we know how that's the gang's gonna get him, but the reason why I have play is finding out how it unfolds, and why they're doing this, in a sense. And personally, I normally wouldn't be doing this, but much like with the whole incident with the league last year, I just feel that I would like to, it's just the idea of it all, I highly doubt, I'm definitely excited to see what I can use with it. I mean, I know it's capable of learning Stone Edge by proxy when you have the Rock DMZ equipped. You can do Continental Crush, I mean, as you can. And I've got all of the crystals on my Z-Ring right here. I've got some fresh batteries in it too. And, however, I just feel, that this whole impulsive reaction to things needs to stop. I mean, I mean, I'd expect this from first from that article I actually deconstructed the plot points on, but not from someone like you, KG, because of this. I mean, just because it may have been one thing that they've unveiled so far, or does not mean it's going to be the only thing. And just because I haven't unveiled any real new Pokemon yet, or any other new forms, doesn't mean I want it all, as I've stated before. And even though knowing what's going to be part of the anime does not in any way infer that's going to do anything too major to the story. I mean, and I am going to do another vlog tomorrow after I watch the episode. And I do submit, however, that sometimes an anime, especially even something like this one might be able to surprise you. Examples I can give from using material express recently. I mean, I was not expecting a whole lot from the Pokebase episode, and I'm really enjoying that episode. I didn't know what to expect from how the anime was going to handle Olivia. I actually I have submitted that Olivia's been one of my favorite posters here so far. I mean, given how the game's relatively modally figure, while the elements of that here, turning her into this quasi-manic pixie dream girl archetype has actually been one of the more creative elements of the series, and I submitted that in many ways that's the idea that it affects anything. And as actually, I think a lot of the detractors still depriving themselves is actually what's relatively one of the more creative arcs I've had in a while, man. In terms of story structure and character dynamics, I mean, it's still the same reason why I disagree with it comparing to Generation 5, because one, I actually like Generation 5, I still do, I mean, ooh. And above all, however, I really cannot imagine anything being too much with it, given how I'm still expecting I'll enjoy the episode. As to what extent, it's obviously going to depend on when it actually airs, man, since it's only been doing since finishing Diamond and Pearl as well as starting Black and White, given how typically when the Raws come out within hours of the first air in Japan, and usually subbed within weeks and dubbed within months. Even though sometimes it takes the good subs a bit longer to come out than the usual ones. But still, I submit that there'll be more material to talk about me, since whenever I do like some of these smaller vlogs like this one, it's going to be like a test run for when I finish my XYZ reviews and do the actual Sun and Moon vlog straight up like that. I mean, and anyway, and that's basically what how I feel right now. And KG, even though I disagree with your reaction to the whole thing, I still respect your decision. And anyway, I look forward to hearing anything else about more. And anyway, hey, that's basically all I have to say for now. And I still think the thing looks really cool. I'll definitely say a bit more after the episode airs tomorrow. So that'll be all for now. I'll talk to you later. Bang.